NRL.com is here with the Bulldogs' Reni Maitua. Reni, back in the Samoan side for your second chance to represent. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels awesome. Unfortunately, I got injured in the first 30 minutes of the first test against New Zealand over in England, but to be given the call up again, I'm very, very humbled by that. There's a great young squad here actually, and I'm just excited to play alongside all of these boys because they've got huge futures in the NRL, and obviously representing Samoa and my dad's culture again is something that I can't wait to do again.
Talking about your dad, tell us a bit about him and where he's from and what you know about that community.
Yeah, Dad was he's from Apollo in the main island, and he grew up in a village. He was born in a village called Salani, which is on the far side of the island. He moved into town into Apia when he was as he was growing up. But I had a chance to visit his sister that he hadn't seen for 40 years, and go and see the family over there a few years back, and just really get a taste of what island life's like, and met all the family over there, and it's awesome. I'm really proud of my heritage, and I'm really proud of where Dad came from, and I want to pass on that culture to my kids. So yeah, as I said, I'm just really proud to be here today.
Did your dad play any rugby league in the islands when he was young?
Oh, he'll tell you that he played probably for Samoa or anything like that. He played a bit of rugby union, growing up. Dad's a musician. I think a lot of Islanders are musicians. They can all play the guitar, but he didn't pass on that talent to me, so I'm probably the only Samoan that can't play the guitar.
So tell us about the people over there. I mean, everyone talks about how passionate the Pacific Islanders are about their rugby league. Is that the truth?
Oh, absolutely. It's they might be our Pacific neighbours, Tonga, Fiji, all these places, but absolute rivals when it comes to sport in general. Everyone will say, that there's no rivalry there, but there is. We compete against each other. We respect each other. Everyone respects each other, but come take the field. There's just so much at stake for this one game. A chance to make rugby league history for Samoa and be part of a Four Nations is something that I hope I can be part of. Obviously, Fiji will have their own agenda and they'll want to be there again, but I think this group here can be the group that takes Samoa, or puts Samoa back on the map again. We made the quarterfinals last year, which is a huge achievement for Samoa, but I think this is probably just as high, if not higher, if we can get into the Four Nations.
You mentioned that there's some young guys in the squad, quite exciting young players. You're coming in now probably as one of the mature players that can sort of mentor the guys. Is that where you see yourself sitting in this camp?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably more my role in this team, is to pass on some knowledge in the next few days. And when you're a young guy, you probably get a little bit excited and stuff like that. So I've spoken to coach a little bit, and my role will be to keep everyone sort of calm and maybe direct the team a little bit and have a bit of older head, like you said. But being around these young guys kind of brings a bit of a buzz back into myself. So yeah, we'll see how the week pans out, and something I'm looking forward to.
Anyone in particular that you're really looking forward to playing alongside?
Oh, I mean, there's no one in particular. They're all great, Like I watch just as much footy as I play, and I'm a big fan of all the boys, I got to watch the two Manly boys play yesterday, and they were awesome, And I thought Samoa's got such a bright future, and that little bit of incentive to play in the Four Nations is great for the future of Samoans. And I'm seeing a trend now that younger players want to represent Samoa instead of playing for New Zealand or playing for Australia, and that's great. In the next 10 years, Samoa can be the top nation. We've got so much talent throughout the islands and through Australia and New Zealand that it's kind of unstoppable. So, as I said, it's great to see so many young players put their hand up to play for Samoa, because generally it was the older players that played. But to have the incentive of being in the Four Nations, it's great to have them on board, and it's going to set up the future for Samoan Rugby League.
It's certainly a star-studded team over in the Fiji camp as well. It's going to be a really physical battle. How do you think the new debutants will go?
Once you put the jersey on, it's just like any other Test match. something just takes over, and it's going to be a physical match. Like I said, you know, we're playing our Pacific neighbours, be very physical. I think the first 10 minutes especially is when you kind of dictate where the game's going to go, and I think the boys will be ready. I think not taking anything away from Fiji, I've had a look at their squad, and there's a few guys I've never heard of, but that's the scary thing. Coming up against a side with no names is usually the toughest ones to play. So, you know, we'll do a lot of work this week on the Fijians, and hopefully we can get the win.
Something that always gets the fans going are those war cries at the start of the game. How much is that a part of getting you guys hyped up to head out there?
The Civitao is something that we're really passionate about. The Fijians don't do one, they do more of a prayer and sing. I got to do my first one against the Kiwis last year, and to do it back at them was awesome. Something that everyone's very passionate about. We just don't know who's going to lead it this year, but I think Semi Tangatesi put his hand up to lead it, so it's going to be good.